Across the state, volunteers took to the streets to count how many people are homeless. A group in Grant County conducted the survey and delivered a little bit of care as they went. Here with the story is Ryan Lancaster.
While it may be rural, Grant County is not immune to homelessness. Last year, the Housing Authority found 65 individuals living without a place to call home during the point-in-time homeless count. Homeless Program Supervisor Stephanie Bonwell says 109 people were found to be making do in motels or emergency shelters. 66 of these households were families with children. Each year at the end of January, Bonwell heads up a one-day survey of the homeless, the same survey done by agencies across the nation that receive funding for homeless assistance programs.
So what local communities and counties do is we compile data from counts done in a variety of ways, submit that to the state, and then the state then submits it to the federal government.
This year's count was being carried out today by area agencies and dozens of volunteers who set out at 6 a.m.
We have found that the earlier that we start, the more likely we will find people not up and moving yet. So the goal is to kind of catch them before they leave their sleeping area for the day.
Volunteers also give out donations to those in need, including warm coats, winter wear, blankets, and portable heaters.
So once they kind of get their marching orders of where they're going to go, we get them all signed up. They then gather up supplies that they'll need, the blankets, food packs, jackets, warm clothing, and then they're off.
Teams of volunteers are assigned to areas around the county where they try to make connections and find out where homeless people may be.
And one of the best ways is just kind of going and talking to people. Gas stations tend to be very informative of, yes, there's somebody sleeping in their car behind the gas station. And what we have found is that conversation leads to finding someone, then that someone tells about another person. There's a fan. Our northern part of the county count has always been the most successful at finding people living outdoors or who are literally homeless in like abandoned buildings. They've even found people living in caves. And what they do is they kind of start out at the places that homeless may hang out at and start asking people, and that's where they have just been led to person after person after person.
While Grant County has no homeless shelter, a variety of services are offered, including a transitional housing complex, emergency and rental assistance programs, and a New Hope domestic violence shelter. Bonwell says some homeless people do leave the area in the wintertime for communities with more services.
What we also find is they may not be leaving the county, but they may be able to stay, kind of couch surf, bounce around. We know that in the Mattawa area that is one of the big things that happens.
Mattawa was the center of a recent homeless outreach and counting event that Bonwell says brought out about 60 people, including 6 homeless families.
The hope is that once we establish events like this in Mattawa, that we can hold other events in other areas to possibly have people come to us and make the county even more successful.
For more information on homelessness in Grant County, contact Bonwell at the Housing Authority of Grant County. For iFiber One News, this is Ryan Lancaster reporting.
In Northwest News this week, we heard a legislative update from our 13th District Representative, Judy Warnick.
Hi, I'm Representative Judy Warnick, your 13th District State Representative. Thanks for joining me for my weekly update of the 2013 legislative session. This is the first week of the legislative session. I'm excited to get started to be part of the solution to balance our budget, prioritize education, and protect our district's agricultural interests. This year, I will be serving on 3 House committees: Capital Budget, Education, and Agricultural and Natural Resources. I will again serve as the ranking Republican on the capital budget and continue to prioritize critical infrastructure and not using up all of our debt capacity. Washington State has a good credit rating, and we must ensure our debt stays low to continue getting good rates on the bonds we take out for public infrastructure. As a grandmother of 7 grandchildren, all attending public schools in Eastern Washington, it is important to me that they receive the very best opportunities. I will work to ensure our state improves our commitment to education, not just monetarily, but with proven reforms. Our district, which expands from Snoqualmie Pass all the way to Davenport near Spokane, relies heavily on agriculture. This is why I'm happy to be serving on the Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee. I work well with both sides of the aisle on even the most controversial issues. This year, we will have more to discuss about water. Specifically, we will be working on the state's portion of funding for the Yakima Basin Integrated Water Plan, the Odessa Aquifer Project, and well water rights for development in Kittitas County. I want to welcome Lincoln County to our new district this year. I look forward to getting to know the issues and people in Wilbur, Davenport, Odessa, Reardon, Sprague, Edwall, Creston, Elmira, Marlin, and Harrington, where my mother grew up. Please feel free to contact me in Olympia with your questions or concerns throughout this session. My contact information is on your screen, and my door is always open to hear what you think about different issues. Thanks for listening. I'm Representative Judy Warnick, and I'll talk to you again soon.
That's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again for our live broadcast of high school basketball on Friday night in Moses Lake and Ephrata High School basketball on Saturday. Have a great weekend.